Hate, a word that conjures intense emotion and is often considered the most destructive force in the human psyche. But why do we hate? The answer is complex, rooted deeply in psychology, biology, and culture. To understand it, we must first dive into the very fabric of human nature. Humans are social creatures. We evolved living in groups with an inherent need to belong. This need for belonging gave rise to social hierarchies and an us versus them mentality, from early tribal dynamics to modern national allegiances. This tendency to categorize can easily turn into animosity against perceived outsiders. Psychologically, hate can often be traced to fear and misunderstanding. When people perceive a threat to their safety, identity, or way of living, a defensive reaction ensues. This reaction can manifest as hate, targeting those who are different, unfamiliar, or seen as a challenge to one's sense of normality. In this way, hate acts as a misguided survival mechanism, intending to protect rather than harm, at least from an individual standpoint. Moreover, our brains are wired to seek patterns and make quick judgments as a means of survival. This was necessary when our ancestors faced immediate threats. However, these snap judgments, often fueled by stereotypes, can lead to prejudices that evolve into hate. When the unfamiliar turns into the feared, hate can become a coping mechanism for dealing with uncertainty and perceived dangers. Next, let's consider the role of biology. The brain's reward system, particularly the areas associated with pleasure and reinforcement, can be activated by strong emotions. Hate can trigger a similar neurochemical response, making the individual feel a certain power or satisfaction in their enmity. This response can lead to cycles of escalating emotion, where hate perpetuates itself because of the temporary reward it provides. Cultural factors also play a significant part. Our environment shapes our views and values, and ideologies often perpetuate through generations. Whether it is through the family, education, religion, or mass media, cultural narratives can either diminish or exacerbate feelings of hate. Propaganda, in particular, has been known to exploit this, turning individuals against each other by manipulating fears for power or influence. A key aspect of cultural influence is in-group bias, which means favoring one's own group unfairly over others. By elevating the status of a specific group, members may start developing negative emotions towards outsiders, perceiving them as inferior or threatening. This bias not only cements group cohesiveness, but also helps in defining group identity through opposition to what is different. Now consider the role of individual experiences. Personal grievances, whether real or perceived, can sow the seeds of hatred. Hurt, betrayal, and injustice can deeply impact someone's perspective, leading them to harbor ill will towards those they associate with the negative incidents. As these experiences accumulate, they might spiral into generalized hostility against broader groups. However, not all hope is lost. Understanding the roots of hate is the first step in combating it. Education and empathy are powerful tools we can use to bridge divides. By fostering communication and understanding, societies have the potential to dismantle the structures of hate and replace them with compassion and unity. Additionally, focusing on critical thinking and questioning the status quo can help individuals resist blind hate. Encouraging dialogue among diverse groups may also erode the barriers that lead to hate, showcasing that often we are more alike than different. Ultimately, hate is a paradox. It is both innate and taught, instinctual yet avoidable. As society progresses, it's essential to question and challenge these deep-seated emotions. By doing so, perhaps we can take a little step closer to a world driven not by fear and division, but by understanding and peace.